to our day sail and we can get a good picture of you like...
So, step 1, don't put eyelets into your scuttlebutt poles. Step 2, renegades were using your poles. I hope that's okay.
Welcome to our scuttlebutt tutorial. Today we'll be doing a step-by-step breakdown of scuttlebutt. We will not be going over the rules, since each competition has its own rules. If you'd like to find these rules, they'll be found in the description box below. So the equipment we need for scuttlebutt are going to be 3 4x4 poles that are about 3 feet wide. The next thing you're going to need is a drum or barrel. Next you're going to need to fill that drum or barrel with water. Yeah. Thank you, Miles. Next you're going to need 3 16-foot long poles or spars, tapered or untapered. Next, you're going to need 2 rope grommets. Perfect. Next, you're going to need your barrel line or a line to tie your barrel knot. Next, you're going to need your block and tackle. Next, you're going to need your head lashing line. And last but not least, you'll need a snatch block. After the snatch block, the only other thing you need are some helmets. And this is all the equipment necessary to run scuttlebutt. Now all you need are 7 of your friends to run it with you. And now we're ready to run scuttlebutt. All right. So when we start the event, barrel knot's going to go tie their knot. The barrel knot is going to be a separate video. You can go ahead and check that out in the description box below. Go. So at the beginning, one of your side poles is going to take the block and a rope grommet and move it to where the side pole is. At the same time, your center pole and your other side pole are going to move the closest pole and put it on top. As soon as it's on top, your center pole is going to sit on the poles while your head lashing puts on the head lashing. The reason the center pole sits on the poles is because when the head lashing is tightened, he pulls on it really hard, that way the poles don't fly in the air. He's going to tie a square knot on top. While this is all going on, your blocks are going to be sorting the blocks and getting them ready. They're going to put a rope grommet on one of the blocks, and they're going to put it on the longest pole as soon as the head lashing is tied. As soon as that's on, you call split. The poles, your side pole split, your center pole goes up a little. You call plant, feet are down on the end of the poles. That way the poles don't slip when you go up on the poles. And then you call up.
Now when lifting up the tripod, you don't want to pull the center pole too much because you could pull it out of the head lashing. You just want to guide it.
So ideally, when your poles go up, you want to have your block and tackle directly above your barrel. If it's not, you're going to have to move your poles in some way to get the block and tackle directly over the barrels. So side pole out, side pole out, side pole out, side pole out, a little bit. Both side poles out. Once it's centered, you hook the block and tackle onto the barrel. As this is all happening, the person who's handling the blocks originally is going to grab the line from the blocks. As the center pole takes one of the rope grommets, wraps it around the center pole. He's going to put the block and he's going to hook it to the rope grommet. And the line from the block and tackle is going to go through the block. As soon as that's connected and the block and tackle is all lined up, you say everyone on the line. Now at this point, your center pole, he's going to have a foot on the block or on the rope grommet here. He's going to wrap his other foot around and really stand on it. That way it keeps the block all the way on the ground, and that way you don't have it climbing up the pole as it gets pulled on and a strain is put on. As soon as your center pole is ready, he's going to be pulling it with both hands to get it up, as well as everyone on the line. At this point, you call take a straight. It gets tight. You call up. As soon as it leaves the ground straight up, you call up, 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 up. Clear, down. As soon as I call down, everyone hops off the line except for the person who put the block and tackle on the barrel. As soon as it gets low enough, the judges will call touch. someone who's doing your barrel knot will touch and make sure it's straight. That way the barrel knot, this specifically right here, doesn't end up on the blocks, or else you won't be able to untie the barrel knot. As soon as it comes down, your center pole is going to undo the block and tackle line from the block. You say prepare to take it down. Everyone hops in a position to catch the poles. You say take it down. It's going to come over. As soon as the rope grommet on the top pops out, you put your poles together. As soon as the poles are together, your head lashing comes untied. So whoever tied your head lashing originally will untie your head lashing. At this point, everyone who's not working on something, the side pole, the center pole, and the head lashing, as well as people on the barrel knot, everyone who isn't doing something is going to be looking out for gear. Gear always has to be 3 feet away from the center line and inside both end lines. So everyone who's not doing something is going to move gear inside those boundaries. As soon as all your gear is ready and put back together, you'll call everyone on the line and call crew attention. If you found this video helpful, you can go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave those in the comments section down below. And just remember, since Scuttlebutt is run with a 7 to 9 person crew, depending on how many people you have, each person's job may vary. If you'd like to see full Scuttlebutt runs, you can find those right here. And I'll catch you in the next video.